In terms of the inclusion of MMA, the legalization measure in the governor's budget, I mean, how huge is that for this effort over the past several years, really?
It's really a big deal. I mean, the governor has been, supportive in the past, but to include us in his budget is really a game changer. Obviously, we're including a variety of other measures, and so the likelihood of passage in a bill as large as the budget really increases our opportunity to get this thing done. So this is, as I said, never happened before, and we believe it's a game changer.
In terms of the regulation, especially those amateur MMA fights, and of course the professional as well, I mean, getting that regulation there, how important is that for the sport, you think?
It's very, very important. I've been meeting with the Athletic Commission off and on for the last 6 months, over a year, and I'm trying to meet with them on this Friday, because when it finally gets passed, then we got to put all the regulations and really have to start working on it. So it's an exciting time, but the Commission's not quite ready for it. Now we'll get them ready.
In terms of if it gets in the budget, I know we're dealing with hypotheticals here, but if it is in the budget, it's expected to be done maybe around April 1st.
Correct.
How quick of a turnaround do you think between that time and maybe the first UFC event in New York?
Well, the current legislation contemplates sort of a 120-day period before the law goes into effect. So during that period of time, we do what Marc was just referencing, work with the Athletic Commission, develop regulations that work for New York. The good news is that those regulations that they'll be adopting have really been adopted in virtually every state in the United States, provinces in Canada, and countries and federations around the world. So during that 120-day period, we get those regulations done, and then hopefully right after that period expires, we're ready to do an event here in New York.
Something like the fourth quarter.
Cool, great. Lastly, in terms of this tour, hitting obviously Albany, Syracuse today, and then Rochester and Buffalo. What do you hope to achieve with this, building support, really? Or?
Absolutely, and to continue to get the message out that regulation of mixed martial arts is not just sort of a New York City, Madison Square Garden, Barclays Center thing. This is really about the entire state of New York. Western and upstate New York are great markets. Great markets because we have a lot of fans there now, but also because those markets are close to Canada, where there's a large fan base, and no doubt that fans will stream across the border to attend events in places like Rochester, Syracuse, Utica, Buffalo. Those are all going to be great markets for not just UFC events, but mixed martial arts events. And that's something important, that this is not just a UFC story, this is an MMA story. Getting MMA regulated in New York is going to open up the opportunity for local, regional, national, international promoters, in addition to the UFC, to come here and to serve the fans who love the sport.